past few years, collective research has debunked the popular myths that a high-fiber diet lifestyle can cause unfinished housework, late dinners, and neglected family members. In fact, continuing studies show that a high-fiber diet lifestyle may significantly improve the disposition of a crafter, creating a more contented home life. Furthermore, continued exposure can develop an ability to endure meetings, waiting rooms, school functions, and sporting events without experiencing the kind of boredom it makes one want to consume lead paint. Here are just a few ways one can properly increase daily fiber intake. Visit your local yarn store or shop online. Join online fiber communities. Tour sheep or alpaca farms. Attend fiber festivals. Or listen to the High Fiber Diet podcast. Please remember to spread your fiber intake throughout the day rather than trying to get it all in one shot. Stretching and resting is important, and your body will thank you.
Hi, this is Kagi, and welcome to the High Fiber Diet. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you for coming back. It's been a week since my last confession, and this is the third Monday of Advent. So, yeah. I may start calling this the High Fiber Diet Confessions. I don't know. I'm not normally a weekly podcaster. I'm normally once a month, but I'm kind of liking coming in every week and just doing an update. So we will see how that goes. Welcome to my craft room / home office. And yeah, it's a mess. It's still a work in progress, but so is everything else. I decided to clean out a couple boxes this week, and so I haven't opened what's down here, but other than my current works in progress, which I don't have any finished objects, we're going to kind of go through what's in this box and am I going to continue on. So yeah, this is the week of joy during Advent, and it is snowing right now outside. I'll see if I can get a photo to put in. But when I woke up this morning and came into my office about 8 a.m., there wasn't anything but a trace amount on the grass. And now I have a couple inches on my car and the roads need to be plowed. Yeah, so, and it's still coming down very, very hard. So we'll see. I mean, it's probably lake effect. That's just how it goes. As you can tell, I got my hair did. So yeah, occasionally you have to take some time for yourself. I also got my nails did, and just sparkles and reindeer. So yeah, getting festive. This is the last week that we're going into Christmas next Monday, and so, yes, you brought me your ball, Cupid. That's my cat, and he plays ball, and he wants me to throw his ball. So, let me see if I can get it. They play with itty-bitty Nerf balls. And he will probably bring it back a couple times. Let's start with the works in progress. I have some Advent stuff and some non-Adventy stuff. So they're gifts, but they're not Christmas gifts. I have my cuppa. Ooh, I don't. That was a pause because, yeah, I need a cuppa. So now I have a cuppa. It's just lemon tea. But it's my lemon tea and I need that caffeine kick. There you go. So where was I? Yeah, the beginnings. Let's see. And cats are bringing me back the balls. Yes, yes, you are. You are such a good kitty. So you're going to come here and show the people your kitties? Yes, your kittiness. Come here. You're like, no, mommy. There you go. Go say hello. Yeah. Oh. You want your ball? You want your ball? Okay. This is an everyday thing in my office. So I'm just going to reach down, and the first one I am pulling up is out of a Girl Cave a bag. No longer making bags, but yeah. And this is yarn by Just Frogget, or is it Frogget? I don't have the thing here. I finished up one sock and I have cast on for a second sock. I am doing these in a DK weight and using a size 3.5 millimeter, which is a US 4 DPNs, using Knitter's Pride Mindful series. The purple will be the heel on this one. The orange and the multi, very speckly multi, is the body, cuff, and toe. And so I am that far into that. And I need to have those finished up by the 23rd to block so that I can wear them on the 25th. So that will get done. That has to be done by Saturday. Whoops. Put the other sock in so I don't lose it, because Lord knows I will. Lord knows I will. So that's one. Number two is my I'm Dreaming of a Pink Christmas from Suburban Stitcher. This is the actual shawl that I want to say it's Tellybean Knits wrote. I'm on day 6. The way I have mine is I'm pulling them out of the pink bags that they're given, and then I am putting them in. This is an advent from a few years ago that they're just the little magnetic spice canisters. And so even after doing one on both the sweater and the shawl, I have this much left over. So I'm leaving them in order in case I want to do something else, or if I need to incorporate them back into the shawl, because I think some of the further on days on the shawl are going to take the full skein, and I want to use part of it in my sweater, so I'm going to have to incorporate some of these back in. And I think it's going to be cool because it'll be half and half or something, and it'll look fine, but it's all the colors integrated, and so it may begin and end with the same color. So on the shawl, I'm on day 7, and that is this color. And it goes from pink into this dusty rose and then comes back out, because I've already worked on them on my sweater. So I am working down this side now, and that will be happening. So the shawl is growing, and I have it put together on Chiagu needles, and I just have a needle minder on it, one of those ends that you use like on a purse or a hoodie. And I'm just using it to hold my needles. I do have my stitch marker, they're light bulb stitch markers, and I do need to weave in ends, but they say not to weave in ends until they tell you to, so I'm not weaving in ends until they tell me to. So that is where that one's going, and this is in an I Love You bag. We've talked about this each time, and all the animals on it, and I am loving it. It is a nice bag. It stands up nicely, and it's easy to pull in and out of, and a drawstring. So the other side of that is in my Cedar Hill Farms, I believe it is. Let me look at her card. Yeah, Cedar Hill Yarns, and she's going out of business. I picked up a couple bags. This is my Tomte bag, and again a drawstring top. This is the sweater that I am doing, and I am on day 11. So I've opened them all through today, day 18. And you can see all that on my Instagram, which is Kagi_TM. But this is day 11. And to see the progression, is it going to focus? Maybe not. There we go. To see the progression, I have separated for the sleeves, finished the sleeves because I'm doing a short sleeve on this as per the pattern. This is the Easy Eyelet Yoke Pattern Light by Knittertude. And I have the sleeves done, and I did that on day 10. So this here is day 10 on the pink, and then I did the shepherd's wool light for the ribbing, just like I did on the neckline. And now I am just headed down, and you can see that day 11 has incorporated in with a darker color. And a few of these colors have very stark lines, but I think that's okay because for the most part, it just fades in and out. At the top, I was doing a slip-on knit one, and when I saw how close they were, it was pointless and a waste of yarn. So I continued on without doing that. This does have short rows in the back, and depending on how long this goes and how far down it goes once I try it on. Now I've tried this on and it does fit, but how far this goes down. So this is day 11 that I'm starting body only. And so I will have through day 24 of body only, or there may be 25. I'm not sure on this one. I think there might be 25. And then I'll have the same amount of ribbing at the bottom, or maybe a little bit more, but I may do a few short rows at the bottom just to bring the back down a little bit, just like I brought the top up. So it just depends, you know, change a pattern as you like it, but that's where I am so far, and I am loving it. It, like I said, it lays nicely. Of course, it's on a shorter needle, so it doesn't show you the exact length nor the exact width, but I'm very much enjoying this and very much enjoying my pink Christmas. You know, pink's my favorite color. For a long time, I was afraid to admit that, and I don't know why I was afraid. Nobody would, you know, beat me because of it or something. But pink is the color that makes me the happiest. I love wearing yellow. I love tans and naturals and browns and creams, and I just don't wear white that often because white fades me out, but pink's my favorite. So this is Suburban Stitcher, and I'm doing 2 projects out of it. Neither one of them getting all the way there, but both of them being worked on each week. And let's see, where am I going to go from there? The other sweater, I put a row or 2 on. It wasn't that much. This is the Ranunculus in cashmere, and I have tried this on also, and it fits. I am just to the point of I've separated for the sleeves, and I am 3 rows into the body. And this is just being done from yarn that I bought off Temu. I think it was $18 or $20 for a full sweater's worth. And I'm actually losing a stitch, which is not good. Let me grab that. There we go. And the octopus should have been on that. Now, talking about these octopuses and gnomes and everything else, oh my gosh. I just ordered a bunch of these from Amazon. I didn't know how dirt cheap they were. And I've been ordering from people, which is fine because, you know, knowledge is knowledge. And that, by the way, that is being held in a Bling Your String bag coffee. But I like supporting local yarn stores. I like supporting small businesses. I also like supporting my own bank account. And yes, some people are against Amazon. Amazon has saved me in the past, and I don't have a problem with Amazon. But these are called silicone focal beads, keychain making or whatever. And these have the holes on both ends, and they have all of these adorable little things. Let's see, can I make it go big? And so I went ahead and I ordered, it's 20 pieces, so that's 10. And so I ordered both of them. There's two. This one is, make it go big. I had to have the bees and the furry cows and the bats. And so getting 10 pairs for $10, $1 a pair, yeah, I'm good with that. And much cheaper, much easier, just done. So I ordered those off. I think I'm going to order a set for my daughter-in-law, just so that she has some. She crochets more than she knits, but she's learning to knit. So there is that. On with works in progress. In my baby animals, I have, this got a little bit of love, not much. I took my socks with me instead. And of course I'm in the middle of a row. So yay. Let's see, this is my Brickless out of Malabrigo. And I think that's the correct side. It'll grow as it grows. It's not a needed item, so it's kind of being put back on the back burner. But it was in the car and I needed to knit on something, so I put a couple rows in. I have also, and I'm a little bit behind on this, as you can see, I have 17, 18, 15, and 16 that still need to go into the blanket. Did I do 14? Because I'm seeing that package in here too. Nope, didn't do 14 either, so I have a full week's worth that I need to get in here. Yeah, I have worked on it since we talked, but not much. I think I put 2 rows in it. So that's 5, so 7 a day. So I need to get this pulled out, and this is just my 2-row granny stripe blanket. And I do have about half left over, so as soon as I'm done, I'll start over. So I should have enough to do, what is it, 96? It'll be 48 was 24, so 48 and 48 is 96. So I'll have 96 rows. It is 150 across, so I'm going to need some more. And I have some more of the, so I may just do, I have a couple solids. Maybe I'll do a solid part in the middle. And we'll see if I can get it to 150 by 150. And so it's going to be longer than it is wide, but there you go. And Opal is a workhorse yarn, so it's not exactly next to skin, other than, you know, your feet aren't as sensitive as your other parts. But for a blanket, once it's washed, it softens up so well. And, you know, wash in the washing machine, lay flat. It's Opal yarn. It's gonna hold up. So that's fine. That's where I am on that. And this is my hippo bag. And I started Boo a Brambles blanket. I haven't touched this since last week. Or not a Brambles blanket, a Brambles hat. And so that will come up Her birthday's in January, so that's what I'm knitting this for. It's not for Christmas, so that's fun. And I think that takes me to the end of what's on my needles right now. Now, as you know, we moved in July and I have a ton of boxes. My room is still filled with totes and boxes. Well, I went into one box and I found a ton of bags. I don't know if these are projects or if they're future projects or what they are. So, well, a couple of them I can see through so I can see, but I know they were started projects, but I was supposed to rip them out. I don't know if I did. So we're going to go and figure out what this is. A couple of years ago, I was in a advent for Harry Potter. And this is the 12 Days of Harry Potter from The Prisoner of Azkaban. And the pattern is the Marauder's Cowl. And that is by Leanne Ross. And there's supposed to be 325 yards. I don't know if that's what I'm going to do, because there's also Simple Magic, which was a crochet. It looks like a crochet ripple that came with it. And again, I don't know if that's what I'm going to do. But obviously, neither one of them caught my attention enough to go, that's what I want to do. But all of the bags are here, which are kind of cool. And then all of the yarn is here. So all of that yarn has been balled up. I don't know if you can see or not, but there's a bunch in there. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I know I want to knit it up, but this is from Forbidden Fiber. And one pattern was by Leanne Ross, the other by Karen Woolley. I guess I'm keeping it. It hasn't started anything, so, but it's going to be on my thoughts of getting it done this next year. In my sloth bag by Anomalous Mind, I have, okay, this is Dust Storm from Chicken Lady Fiber Arts, and not sure what yarn this is. Looks kind of like bunny, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know what that was going to be. Maybe if I run out of my pink, that's a pink I could use in that. It's a shade of pink that's not there, so it might work. So I'm going to set that up there. This is in a very old Ravelry bag. Back when I used to, this was the Rhinebeck that I went to in 2010, and I think it was their last year of doing a Ravelry meetup, and all hell broke loose since then. So yeah, this was my Spice Market blanket or shawl, and I have all of the skeins. That's another pink. And all of the mini skeins from Wonderland Yarns. And I think this is supposed to get frogged because I'm not going to finish this. So as we sit here and talk, I'm going to start undoing this so I know I need to undo it. What are some things to talk about? I have also been cooking this week. I decided to do sausage rolls, which are very easy. Gluten-free baking mix like Bisquick, and lactose-free milk. Fry up sausage, drain it off so you don't have the grease. Add sharp cheddar so it's low lactose, and a little bit of garlic, a little bit of fennel, and then you add the sausage. You mix that in together. I do add a little bit of dry mustard to mine. I was trying to think what I add. A little bit of dry mustard. It just brings the zing out of the sausage. And then instead of making them into biscuits, I make them into balls because they're not going to hold up with the gluten-free. I make them into like cookie shapes. And I'll try and insert a picture here. And they're really good. You just warm them up in the microwave and you've got an easy breakfast or an easy savory snack instead of sweet snack. Not that I don't mind sweet snacks, but this way you have a choice. I also do homemade cheese crackers, and those have not only the savory, but they have the a spice to them. I put some, what's it called? Starts with a C. Like red peppers, but I can't think of the name of it. But yeah, that's got a good spice. I haven't made those yet this year. But that's really fun. I also made egg bake, which I do frozen hash browns, diced ham, diced onion, diced bell pepper, and a cup of cheese. Add that and mix it up in a bowl, throw it into a sprayed pan, and then add milk, eggs, and for a full bake it's 6 eggs and a cup of milk and a little bit of almond flour to be your clumper. That's not the right word. Not clumper. You know what I'm talking about. And so, yeah, that wants to knot up. So I have started that. That will be pulled apart. But you throw that in the oven, 400 degrees for 30 minutes, and you have egg bake for the week. And real easy breakfast. Serve it with a roll if you want. We don't do that, so, you know. And then I have a list here. Where did I put it? I think it's over here. Of things I want to make this week. And I have gingerbread, not cookies, the actual gingerbread. I love the soft gingerbread. Cranberry scones, cinnamon rolls, peanut butter cookies, sugar cookies, mincemeat mini pies. I have some date bread I'd like to make, oatmeal cookie, and a bubble up apple pie. And I got that recipe from Mandy in the Making. I've been watching her, so that's really fun. If you haven't checked out Mandy in the Making on YouTube, you should. And then for the rest of the week for foods, I need to make up homemade chicken nuggies. I love my chicken nugget recipe. Meatloaf muffins, because we don't make a big meatloaf, we make them in muffin tins. And then I need a bubble up pizza, and I'm doing artificial crab salad, so whitefish salad. And that is a salad where you throw fish into it, top it with a dressing, and that's it. That's what we have for dinner. So very easy. And that's what I plan in the kitchen this week. So high fiber diet goes a little bit recipes this week. What else do I have down here? Now I'm going to move that up so I don't lose everything. This bag, this is my Sweet and Sweary bag. And that's just a Notion bag, and 0 fucks, no substitutes, because I am sweet and sweary, and I know where I got this. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. If I remember, I'll put it down in here or put it in the show notes, which I don't technically write show notes, but I have one of my specialty J hooks. It has the sunflowers. This is a bag of stuffs. So these are all my DPNs. I've been looking for this bag. This is an empty Pelican that I normally have when I go somewhere. This is what I carry my Notions in. Then I have a whole thing of big buttons, and my sister asked me for one of the Outlander shawls, and she said I want a really big button on it. I have big buttons. I can do that. I have a needle minder, more crochet hooks, a yarn cozy, and a measuring tape. All you need is yarn, measuring tape. So that is all in this bag. Knew I needed it, didn't know where it was. There we go. That'll go down here with all of my, I'm trying to get the office organized for both work, because I work from home, and for my Yarny Goodness, because this is supposed to be my craft room. And I have quite a few other bags. So let's see, what's the next one? These were supposed to be slippers for my sister. As you can see, one got finished. The other one did not, and I don't think they're going to get finished. I think this hurt my hand to work with, and her foot is a little bit smaller than mine, but I don't think it's that much smaller, so the pattern wasn't to what I needed. Don't even remember what pattern it was, but this is going to get pulled out. And this yarn, which I don't even remember what yarn it is. Let's see. Yeah. It'll get knit up into something else. So that was in my Good Life bag. That was a promo with something being sent to me. I think that is the sugar-free ketchup that I use. And I really don't like ketchup, but if it's going to be ketchup, it's going to be sugar-free ketchup. So what is in this bag? This is, I think, another Advent. Good coffee. Oh, this was a sweater that I had started from the Wicked Knitta. And I love this yarn. It is just beautiful. And it is a single, and singles are not my favorite. This is called Peach Blossoms, and I got enough yarn to do a sweater. I have 3 skeins, and it's not an Advent. It's a sweater that I need to finish. Haven't even started, or I did start and I ripped out because I didn't like it. So in my, I think this is a Mrs. Brown's bag. Jody from, no, this is quilted by Jackie. And this was a sweater that I started and ripped out. It is a very fun, fuzzy, fun Barocco yarn. And it's a chainette construction. And I keep looking at another Knititude pattern that uses a chainette construction. And it's one of her cardigans. And I may pull this out and do that. I have enough yarn for it. So yeah, that's a thought. I was just looking at that the other day, so maybe. Going forward, this definitely got ripped out. Don't know if I still have needles. I am looking for needles and I'm not finding any in here. But this is a whole blanket's worth of yarn from Bee Woolen. I think it's Bee Woolen. Yep. Bee Woolen Yarn and Supplies in Minnesota. And this is Malabrigo yarn for one of those slip stitch blankets. Not happening. This is now, it's the Lakeside edition, so it's got a whole bunch of the blues and greens and grays and purples and the mixture of all of them. So that's probably going to become a sweater. Or maybe I'll do squares, but I'm not doing a slip stitch now blanket. I will crochet a blanket. Very rarely will I knit a blanket. Very rarely. In my poo bag, I love my poo bags, and this is a stitch by Jessa Lou. As you can tell, she has her Firefly stitch marker, her zipper marker. Love my stitch by Jessa Lou. This is the remnants of my sweater that I already finished. So this was my self-made. So I have about 2 skeins of this, which is Wood Sprites by This Craft or That. I didn't know that I hadn't taken this out, but I have all of the partial skeins. And then this one, which was my favorite, where is it? I saw a little ball of it. Nope, maybe not. That was Wood Nymph. Yep, that's a little bit different. It's got a pink tinge to it, and that's Wood Nymph. Same company, This Craft or That. And I need to contact her about that. That sweater just is beautiful and I love wearing it. And I often think that I need to lengthen it, so having this extra skein, I may rip that out and lengthen it, because I think another 3 or 4 inches would be perfect on it. I love the sleeve length because it's bracelet length, which is exactly what I wanted, but I think with it being so short, it isn't crop short, it's just short. It just looks like it's too small for me. And if I lengthen the body and make it look correct, then it won't look too small for me. So I may be doing that. In my Richard Scarry bag, this is one that I think I've worked on pretty recently, but I had tossed in that bag. Yep, this is the leftovers of that sweater that I did, that my coworker ended up with, and she absolutely adores. And I have some skeins left over, so not much, but a little bit, and so that will be going forward. I worked on that during the move, so it was really nice to just be able to do a square or something when my brain was not exactly in anything else. Also in this tote is my night shift. This is local yarn to where I used to live. I believe this is Colorado yarn. I believe, yep, Colorado. Hand dyed in Colorado by Kimberly Perkins. So all the colors, and I know it's another slip stitch. I really don't like slip stitch, but I want this. There we go. We'll see if it gets done. In my Santa Gnome, and this one is by Abby's Creative, is my sweater with my gnome tip protectors. And that one is done out of this puzzle cotton. And I knew that I would find the Xyloos yarn. This is by Premier Puzzle Cotton, and it's in the Fog, or is it Fog or London Fog? Fog Bank colorway. And one of these days I'll get this finished. I want the finished project. So now I have no idea where that ball of yarn dropped to, but these have this little gnomes. And I do love my gnomes. Normally during Christmas I sit in front of my gnomes, but I'm kind of hiding out in the back of the house right now. And then I think last but not least, were a whole bunch of, this is in my Knitter's Tackle bag that I adore. And this had to have been an Advent or minis or something. And what I'm thinking about doing with this is there's that, and again I say knitted, but I may crochet it, I don't know, but there's that Sweet Treats, I think it's called Sweet Treats pattern that looks like the grandma's everyday dishcloth, and then you join them as you go. But instead of doing mitered squares and joining them, I could do this pattern and join them as I go, and half, and then get a solid for the other half. And I have enough in here. I think I have I have 24 in here. So there's 24 balls. And of course, as you've seen, I have plenty more of minis and everything else, so if I wanted it bigger. But if I got a solid to go with this, maybe I might do that, because I've seen that blanket and I don't want a lot of variegated, and there are some variegateds. I don't know. I'll have to think on that. But that's where I am right now. And it's been a good week this week. Well, work-wise and stuff. Health-wise, Sarge has been down with an upper respiratory issue, and he's just getting over it. I had it last weekend for 1 day. He's had it for 4. He's just not feeling good. We didn't go to a Christmas party we were supposed to because we didn't want to pass on anything. But it's just how it is. You have to take into consideration everyone else. And if you're sick, don't go out. Work's going well, and I'm looking forward to getting together with family and friends over the next 2 weeks for everything. We're going to have a quiet Christmas here. I have decided to do roast beast per the Whoville, and so we'll have roast beast and veg for Christmas dinner. Normally I do like a lasagna or something, but this year it's easy in the Instapot, just do a roast beast. And Christmas Eve is always charcuterie or tamales, so it depends on which I want to pull out because I have both in the freezer. And then Boxing Day is kind of nice to just sit and relax and do nothing. We may watch movies, we may watch whatever. And then we have our family Christmas, my work Christmas, his work Christmas, and then New Year's. So next week is going, or the week after Christmas is going to be slam packed. This week, just work and getting through physical therapy on my arm. My last physical therapy date will be during next week. And then I'm not going to have any in the new year that I know of. I'm trying to work up at my own speed to get everything done. Yeah, I think that's it. So tell me what your traditions are going into the new year. I don't know if I'm going to have a New Year's cast on this year. I normally do, but I kind of feel the pressure to have one. And then, yeah, I'm not. But I did have a word for the year this year, and that was fun. And I think I have had fun this year, not taking everything as seriously as I did before. Had a bit of a life upheaval with job and then no job and then job and then no job and then job. And those were, choices in the profession that I'm in that were made not easily, but in a way that advanced my career. So that worked. We're into the great unknown, and I'm thinking about next year's word, and I think I need to get comfortable with the unknown. So my word may be unknown. To find knowledge, to seek knowledge, to understand that you don't always have to be in a safe spot. It's okay. It's scary, but it's okay, because 100% of the scary things in life I have lived through. I haven't died yet. So I guess that's the bonus for this week. Is whatever you live through, you haven't died yet. I hope you all have a great last week of Advent, going into the Christmas 12 days. And I do celebrate the 12 days of Christmas. So until next time, check your checkbook before starting the high fiber diet.